visitations during sicknesses?
Pastor?
Did he go visit people when they were sick?
No, well, first that you know, most of the time the pastors didn't come around. They come, no transportation getting around no place, no. So it's not like it is now. You got all the cars and things you can get around. At that time, you didn't have that transportation like that. So the pastor not hardly ever come, around when somebody was sick, unless it was nearby. He could walk, something like that.
Do you have a favorite religious passage?
Yeah, I'm a Baptist, and I like Baptist. I was baptized down in North Carolina, and they didn't have the swimming pool. Baptized everybody in the creek, and stream of water. Then they fix it. If it wasn't deep enough, they would the people get together and they would put a down there so it fill up with water by the time they get ready to baptize the kids in. So that's why I was baptized in the river. And I was at an early age there. I was about 10 years old. Didn't have swimming pools or the pool inside the church like like they got now. See, they got the pool, the move part of the pulpit and down the pool, the baptized. So we didn't have that at that time. So we had to go down the creek and get baptized,
Yeah, he wants to know what your favorite verse is in the Bible, like the 23rd Psalm.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever.
I read them all. So good, I like them.
What about a favorite hymn? Do you have a favorite hymn that you sing?
No, not exactly, They're all, I like all of them, So I don't have no special one that I sing. So I don't know, but that's, I just like them all.
How do you feel about the behavior of young people today?
Young people today, oh boy, I'm gonna tell you. They get me, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. There's something today, I don't know, I like them, I like young people. They're alright, as long as they treat me like, with manners and everything. I like them, but if they get to getting smart, then I walk away, get away from around. Because, smart, I don't like kids being too smart, saying different things, to people. Because I wasn't brought up that way. We wasn't allowed to talk to grown people like that, We had to treat every grown person with respect. And so that's the way we were raised. And that's the way right now, to me, that's the way it seems, when a kid gets too smart, talking, I walk away, go about my business.
How do you feel about the behavior of people in general?
Well, it's a lot different from what it used to be, I know, And I can't understand a lot of it. A lot of it I do because The young people now, all of them using drugs and stuff, you know, drugs and everything else, shooting them needles and all and all. That's something I never did do. Boy, when I was in the service, a guy fooled me on one of them cigarettes, you know. He said, take a deep inhale it, and I did it, you know. I said, man, that ain't no good. And he was laughing because he knew what it would do. He said, take another one. Took another one, looked like to me, I saw two of them sitting in front of me. And I got up to go to I had to go across, and we had a barbed wire fence around our area. I got to stepping before I got to the fence. And that was how high I was. I crossed. I went in the tent, I laid down, and we went, looked like the tent was going like that. I had to come out of there. And I woke up, it was raining, and I was laying my head up against the trees. I didn't know. I was wet as it on the way, you know what, raining. And I said, gosh, what I'm doing, you know. I couldn't even think what I had done, you know. And I laid there for a long time before I went to sleep. And I thought, I said, that guy ever offer me any more of that stuff, I'm going to kill him. And the next day he was laughing at me went to child line, you know. He was laughing. I said, look, man, don't laugh. I said, you don't know how close I was to kill you, you know. So he laughed it off. We had, you know, I didn't take no more. I said, don't fool me on that mess no more. I could smell it, you know, before I get to it, I could smell them cigarettes. Before I get to it, you know, like I see somebody coming, I could smell that cigarette that they were smoking. And I said, no more, I ain't smoking on it since. I was the first time and the last. I was overseas there. And if I had known that I wouldn't have bothered with it that time. He kept telling me, he said, now you need to smoke on that one, you know, so that you'd be straight. I said, man, don't say nothing to me about that. I don't want it. Because I don't want nothing like that. I drink wine every once in a while, because you can buy that wine, them little kids like that, bring you a bottle of wine, you know. And anywhere you could go, you could get wine. They made wine like mad over there in a foreign country. And then they make cognac and stuff like that. But I didn't drink as much as I, you know, like a whole lot of them boys. I wasn't an alcoholic, you know, like that. A lot of them boys stayed drunk every day. I'm telling you, a lot of them. I don't believe they ever, the time they was over there, they drawn a sober breath. You know?
Is there anything else you'd like to add about the church?
About the what?
Church.
No, I don't know nothing I could add. I know I just went to church every time, you know, every Sunday school. And I enjoyed it, you know. That's the only place you could go was to, you know, was the church and Sunday school, and you go to school during the week, you know. And you didn't have no place much to go. You know, kids didn't, you know. We run around through the woods and play, that's all. Play around and we enjoyed ourselves.
Are you or have you ever been involved in art?
What?
In art? Like drawing or painting? Do you know any sculptors or painters?
Nah.
Can you tell us anything about the artists of your time?
The what?
The artists of your time?
They wasn't that like that. they was on their parents, you know.
And what form of style or art do you like?
But what?
What form or style of art do you like?
I don't know, cause I've never been interested in art, you know. I've never been in this, you know. I've seen it, you know, seen a lot of it, and but I really don't know the valuable of the art and all that, you know. I don't know that part of it.
Let's talk about an important part of any person's life, courting. What was courting like when you were young?
When I was young, so what's mostly was we just played any games, you know, little games like, you know, what we played. And I enjoyed all of the young life I had. I mean, I enjoyed it. We used to make our own things, wheels and things, you know, to play with. We made them out of buggy wheels or whatever. We cut, make them out of wooden blocks, you know, cut around. We make wheels for wagon and all that. We used to make and do things ourselves like that.
Excuse me, he's talking about courting. Courting. When you saw a girl you liked, you know.
You went after a female.
Well, I don't know. I like, you know, I don't know.
I remember they used to come see you when you lived over South Media.
Yeah.
They used to come see you.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I didn't bother around much. And so I was around 17 years old when I started with girls. I had girlfriends. And in fact, I had a whole lot of girlfriends. Just friends. But
There was one big fat one that came over there. One
yeah,
day.
that was Gates or Gates.
Yeah, you told me to tell her you wasn't there.
Yeah.
I was scared to go in at the door.
Yeah, I thought.
She was sweating like, man, I said, oh my gosh, she gonna beat me up now.
Yeah, I didn't like her too much. She come on too strong for that.
Were there any rules for courting when you were young? Like, was there like a set of guidelines you guys followed?
Yeah, we had, you could, well, they had one room for the girls, like the sitting room for the girl, including boys, and when 9 o'clock come, you had to get out of there, at night, 9 o'clock at night, and you had to leave, because you used to hear, man, they use them old Big Ben clocks with the wind up, you wind up. It was about 5 minutes to 9 here, the clock winding, You know your time to get your hat and go. And see, so that's what it was. I know my sisters was coding the boys. See, my dad used to do the same thing. 5 minutes to 9, you hear that clock, winding, And if they don't leave right away, and it's a little bit past 9, you hear them clear his throat. That means you better get out of there then. And my sisters know that. So, and everybody had their own little things that they did to let you know it was 9 o'clock.
It has been said that the mark of a gentleman was his manners. What manners were expected of gentlemen in your time?
Well, one thing, you couldn't, you didn't use bad language around. And you always was mannerable, And you had to use it. people would say you didn't have any manners, you know, you don't respect nobody and all that. So you have to have respect to people, and especially older people. You have to have respect at all times for older people.
How about for the ladies? What manners were expected of the ladies?
Well, same way with the ladies, you have to be respectable around them, you know. And they wouldn't want to bother with you if you didn't have respect. You know, they say you don't respect people, you know. So they wouldn't have much to do with you. So you had to use your manners, and you know, according to when you're around them. And that's something we was always brought up to be, you know, to be mannerable around people, you know, grown people and whatnot.
Did you ever go to the Nixon Grand or Phase Theater or Fans Theater, the Apollo Theater, the Cotton Club, Birdland, Academy of Music, Blue Note, the Newtown Tavern? Any of those theaters?
I went to Nixon Grand, and wait a minute, it was another theater. I can't think of the name of it now.
Faith, was it the Faith? The Faith Theater, there was a Faith Theater.
Yeah.
Uptown.
And that's all I would, you know, outside the movie, you know. I never been to any other.
So they showed movies there?
Hmm?
They showed movies at those theaters?
No,
No.
not at that time. They did.
What kind of entertainment did they provide when you went there?
The orchestra.
Orchestra?
Yeah.
Can you name any other places of entertainment that you went to?
No, I don't remember. I went to some up in New York one time. I mean, a couple of times I was up there visiting my sister. But I can't recall what I went to see now. I know one time I went to one show, because we were going one show, stay a while, leave, and go to another one, you know. And I went there, and then color guys were playing like they were drunk and bums, you know, like that, you know. And I enjoyed that because that's so simple there, you know. The guy said, he said, hey, like go calling somebody in the house, you know. And he said, I know you're in there. Why don't you come on out? And the guy, and then he said, yes, I'm drunk again. And you know, it was comical, I'm gonna tell you. I liked it. Because he played like he was a drunk one, you know. It was two guys. They played like they were drunk and been out and coming in drunk, you know. And it really looked just like real, you know. See a lot of people do that same thing, you know, in real life, you know.
Music, as you know, is a central part of the black culture. Without music, it is possible that our ancestors would have found it harder than it was to survive. Since the African instruments, such as the drum, were forbidden, singing was the only form of music that was permitted. Do you or did you know anything about these singers? Marian Anderson?
I don't know a lot about them, you know, now, because, you know, I forget a whole lot of them things, man. I can't think of them right off the go, you know.
I'm just going to name a few and see if they bring up any memories.
Huh?
I'm just going to name a few to see if they stir any memories. Paul Robeson, Sarah Vaughan, Rosetta Thorpe, Mills Brothers, Dina Washington,
Yeah, I remember all that.
Una Mae Carlisle, Ella Fitzgerald, Bessie Smith, Nat King Cole, Alberta Hunter, Billy Eckstein, Mahalia Jackson.
Yeah, I know all of them, you know, but I never seen them. Most of them I never seen. But I know them by, by hearing the records. I see I hear them on records and things.
This is definitely not the complete list. Can you add more to the list of singers?
Oh, I can't think of them. I mean, if somebody said the names, I would know. But to think I'm off my like that, I can't. Been so long, man. I'm gonna tell you, and I've been through so much, like working and going through the army. I couldn't think of anything when I first come home from the army. I'm gonna tell you, I know more about overseas than I did here in the state. I was being raised here in the state, and I don't know. I even forgot how to travel around. Like I used to go all over Philadelphia, and now I get lost as soon as I get in Philly. Sometimes, cause I don't know why. I just can't get Philly down like I used to. I used to go all over Philly. The second day I was up here, I caught the trolley in me and went into Philadelphia, went all down South Street. And I come back, and the mother said, "Where you been?" I said, "Philadelphia." She said, "Oh, no, you ain't." I said, "Yes, I did. I've been." She said, "Where did you go?" I said, "Down on South Street." She asked me things that I see, and I told her I saw them on where I was at, and she couldn't believe it, and so I said, "That's where I've been in Philadelphia." And she said, "You by yourself?" I said, "Yeah, I didn't have nobody with me." She said, "How you find it?" I said, "I don't know. I just got on the trolley and rode, I got off. I rode down the forest on the L. I got off the L and caught the trolley, the bus there on South Street. I saw that bus. I got on it and went on down there on South Street, and I walked around now on South Street. I walked all around there.
Hey, excuse me, what time do you have to be home?
My mom said she was gonna get done with work at 7:30.
7:30, so you're due home pretty soon, huh?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you go to the last page and go to the last page and that's the very last one. You have the last page in?
Just the work starts closing.
That's it, yeah, closing. Go ahead.
Songs that our ancestors sang in church, like "I've been buked and I ain't been scorned."
Cut. I've been beat and I've been scorned. Yeah, go ahead, roll again.
Songs that our ancestors sang in church, like "I've been buked and I've been scorned. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, and I'm troubled in mind," tells us that they suffered a lot. But even though they were unhappy, they still moved, as they would say, forward. And always,
Cut. Remember I said forward?
oh, okay.
Forward, isn't that the way they said it, George?
Yeah.
All right, see?
You want me to start from the top?
Start over, you go from the top.
Songs that our ancestors sang in church, like "I've been buked and I've been scorned. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, and I'm troubled in mind," tells us that they suffered a lot. But even though they were unhappy, they still moved, as they would say, forward, and always tried to do the right thing. With all these hardships they went through, I gotta start over that. I'm having trouble.
Well, that dialogue,
Songs that our ancestors sang in church, like "I've been buked and I've been scorned. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, and I'm troubled in mind," tells us that they suffered a lot. But even though they were unhappy, they still moved, as they would say, forward, and always tried to do the right thing. With all of these hardships they went through life, still holding their heads up proudly, with great dignity. What has helped you endure the hardships that you have experienced during your life?
Well, they said hardship and suffering, and I think about my mom a lot. But she had a arthritis bad, from a little girl, she said, up until she was grown, and then she got up until she died. She, she had the knees was a swell well, and she could take her hand like that, and the print on the knee. So she had rheumatism, or whatever you call it, arthritis, something, all her life, and she used to suffer quite a bit. I know sometimes she get down, so she couldn't move. And, my father, he used to rub her, with different things, rub her down with it. And a couple of days she get back on her feet, and she still goes. She didn't sit down too much because she said when she sat down, her legs were aching. So she keep on and move all the time. At night, she used to sew all night. She had one of them machines you pedal with your feet. And she used to sit up all night. She'd make a quilt, for bed, every night she would make one then. She'd take old pieces and cut them up, and make different signs with them, And she'd make them, then they get them, they put them up on thing, or rack, and they quilt them sheets, by hand. The neighbors and all these join and help her quilt them sheets. My sisters, all my sisters used to do the same thing. They helped, but they was older than I were, and I enjoyed seeing because they're cooking and all, so I eat till I get 4, go to bed. Leave them up there, they still quilting the sheets, Sometimes they sit up all night and I do a quilt all night with them little stitches by that 4 apart. And they had them on the thing and stretch it out, like that. And they reach over and sew till I get to the end. And I used to remember that a whole lot of that, And I remember my mother used to be crying sometimes, cause she was hurting. And I asked her what she crying for. She'd tell me, go ahead, just go on, leave me alone. And I didn't say no more, cause I know she was, if I said too much, she was gonna smack me, cause I guess she just crying because she was hurting,
Okay, wrap it up. The question where,
Do you have a special message?
yeah, right.
Okay. Do you have a special message that you would like to leave for your family?
Well, no, yeah, I would like to let them know I will always love them, and I do. I love my kids, I really do, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for them, So I mean, that's all I can say, because I do love them, and I think a lot of them.
And is there anything that we didn't cover that you would like to talk about?
No, I covered just about everything.
There's one thing I was going to ask you before you go about Mr. Bowser. You remember Mr. Bowser when he used to make the wine in the back?
Yeah.
Tell him about that.
Yeah, he used to make that wine. You bring it up, I'm gonna bring up some wine for you. Me and my brother, we sat there and he talked. And so one day I seen him in the backyard, and he had a pipe in his mouth, straight stem pipe, and the slobber all the way out to the hanging down, and I couldn't drink no more of that wine to see it. Boy, I'm telling you, I was done with his wine. I I could.
Who was it that went back to try to steal the wine and saw all the maggots in the wine? Was it Preston or what?
I think it was Preston. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't drink no more of that man's wine after that. I saw him that day he was out on the porch. That swallow all the way. I've never seen that happen before. All the way out to the end of the pipe and then hang down to the ground. I said, I ain't never seen that. Now, I said, now he got to be doing that when he's making that wine.
Well, I would like to thank you for sharing your time with us. It's been a great pleasure to sit here and listen to your recount of history. And thank you.
Okay.
Nope. Oh, I straightened up in my back almost. It went out of place. Yep, we get ready to get out of here. Let me get the microphone cables. Oh boy. Yeah, we could have talked about that time Sylvester ate the cat food. And who's that told him it was a special kind of potted meat? There you go. Haven't seen Clara in a good while. Oop. Well, we'll have to take this out of here. That's, later on, I'll have to put them on the wrapper. That's all. Don't get your what's name's mixed up in there. Yeah, it was good, George. I gotta turn some light on here before I leave here.
Okay, you got a bag for this one?
Well, should be. Let me see. Yeah, right there. I'm gonna kill this one.